Hey there, I'm Chris from Intro Games with a quick look at UFO Hunters. This is a gateway pick up and deliver race game for 2 to 4 players, ages 8 and up. It takes about 30 minutes to play. The truth is out there, man. Coordinate a team of 2 intrepid UFO enthusiasts roaming the globe to find evidence, collect the needed items, and reach the UFO first to win. Okay, so we're all set up for a 2-player game here. I have taken 2 roll cards for each player and put them in on my player board here. Each roll card says where the piece starts from and where their first clue comes from. So each of these people are looking for a specific clue and they need a specific thing. Once they find that, that counts as a clue that's received, and they'll go on to the next country. So I have the Thrill Seeker that starts from Non Madol in Oceania. I drew a clue card from the bottom row of the board here, and the Thrill Seeker's first clue is taking them to Angkor Wat. My nurse starts in Bali, and their first clue is in Pumapunku in South America. So to take a look at the map here, some of the things we're going to need, there are 5 of them that are always accessible on the map somewhere. We have a report, we have a witness, we have some photos, we have a video, and we have a camera. So these 5 things are seated on the board from a locations deck, and whenever one is acquired or leaves the board, we'll draw another locations card and put that back on the board on that space. Each of your turns, you have up to 5 action points to spend in any way you like. You can spend 1 action point to move one of your pieces 1 space. You can spend an action point to roll a die to claim an item that's on the board, or to copy an item from someone else that shares the same space as you. So, for example, my disc here wants to find the report, and then they need to get to Angkor Wat. This report is all the way over here, so I could spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all of my movements to travel halfway around the world to get to this report, or I can choose to send my nurse, who's already in the location with an item, to try to search for that item in that space. To do that, I would just roll a d6. So in order for my cube to claim this camera, I just need to roll a 3 or higher on the dice. Each roll costs 1 of my action points, so I roll it, and I get a 1. So that roll has failed, but I do get a token from the bag that gives me +1 on a future roll. I could choose to spend another action point to try another roll, and then use this token as I need to help me roll the number I need. I'll roll again, and I got a 6. Great. So this piece has claimed this item, and even though I don't need it right now, each of these pieces also is worth 1 on a future die roll or an extra action point. So that's how you claim an item. One other way of getting items is to copy an item by stopping on an opponent's location and then trying to copy the item they have. So my disc needs this report in order to find their clue, and my opponent's cube has that very report that I need. Now, I'm not stealing it from them, I'm copying the item, but I still have to spend an action point and make a roll. This item is going to be kind of a tough one to get, a 5 or higher, but if I'm successful, I'll take 1 from the supply and put it into my disc's position. One other thing that I can do is, if I'm on the same space as my partner, so my 2 pieces are on the same space, they can swap items back and forth as they like. So my disc has collected the witness that my cube needs in order to complete their mission. So they can just swap this back and forth as a free action, provided they're on the same space. So once a piece has the right item and makes it to the specific space on the board, you've made a discovery. So my green cube needed to go to Pumapunku, and they've done that. So they're in the right place. They needed a witness, and they have a witness. So they've made a discovery. So what happens next is I just discard the piece back to the supply. I move up my clue tracker up by 1, and then I look at the card, and this says the next clue is going to send me to Asia. So I would discard the card, take an Asian card, and now my nurse wants to go to Moscow, and needs to find a photo. When your team has collected 5 clues, it'll point the way towards your final destination where the UFO awaits. To win, be the first player to collect the item needed and get both of your pieces to that final destination. This game highlights some of the more unusual places on our planet, some better known than others, along with a fun travel theme that introduces the pick up and deliver mechanic in a simple way. These are all places that have had theories or UFO spottings, so I'm aiming for a real thematic vibe with that. This has been UFO Hunters, and I've been Chris Backe. Thanks for watching.